G'day guys, dArkOS has been updated to version 01.01.2026. This update brings a bunch of smaller fixes, but the most notable are working Nintendo DS and PlayStation 1 emulation out of the box. No more having to do an over-the-air update, or changing the stock PS1 emulator. They now both just work. They've also fixed video previews and video screensavers, which I know for some are a big deal, and even added an extra codec to improve Portmaster support, which at the moment isn't perfect. A user over on Reddit has mentioned two specific games which do work perfectly on the latest versions of ArkOS, but not in the current builds of dArkOS. If you find a port no longer works in dArkOS but used to work in ArkOS, please post which one it is down in the comments below so we can test it in future builds. They also added NTFS support, I'm assuming for SD cards in slot 2, and an additional MT7601U wireless driver, which hopefully helps some people who weren't able to get their wireless adapter working on the initial build. Finally, they've also added a way more optimized Atari Jaguar Emulator called Big P Emu. Let's take a look around and try out a few things. We'll start off with NDS just to make sure it does work out of the box. And yep, it does work. L3 should still bring up the drastic menu, which it does. Next up, we'll try PS1, see if it works out of the box without changing any settings. If we press start, go down to emulator settings, go down to PlayStation, you can see we are all on auto. I did copy the PS1 BIOS file, SCPH1001, over to the BIOS folder on the EasyROMs partition though. Sure enough, it does work perfectly. Full speed at a stable 60 frames a second. I do apologise for the background noise. A massive storm is ripping through, and apparently it is here for the night. Hopefully you can still hear me though. Next up, we'll try ScummVM. A viewer asked in the comments if we could see if this still works, so we'll try it out here. I've just got Mixed Up Mother Goose, a classic DOS game. We're finally in the game now, and yeah, it does seem to run perfectly. This is obviously a very, very old DOS game from 1987, so I wasn't expecting there to be any issues, but it is just good to make sure ScummVM does still work on the new dArkOS. So probably the main thing from this update is the massively improved Atari Jaguar Emulation. Before with ArkOS, this was a bit of a lag fest, and almost no games were playable. It'd be good to see what's improved here. We'll start off with Alien vs Predator, a classic, one of the better Atari Jaguar games. So the title screen is a little bit laggy, and instead of saying Alien, it says Aloian. I'm guessing that's supposed to be an I, it does just look like an O. We'll pick Alien, obviously. It didn't take too long to load the level, so that's good. And we're already getting attacked by someone, there he is. It's definitely not running full speed, but it does seem playable at least. It seems to be running about half speed. Then again, this could just be how it runs on the Atari Jaguar. There are a lot of Marines here. I haven't found a way to bring up the emulator settings. Since this isn't a RetroArch core, none of the standard hotkeys do work. So it looks like you are just stuck with whatever the default is. Start and select does quit out though. Next up, we'll try Cybermorph. So far, this one seems to be a lot faster. We'll turn the sound up to see if there is sound. So there is sound, but it is quite choppy. Again, it's not running too badly. It does seem to be running slightly slower than it should be though. It is still playable, but I'm not too sure how enjoyable most people would find this half frame rate. If you weren't aware, this is the game where the head pops up when you crash saying, "Where did you learn to fly?" There it is there. Next up, Doom. This was apparently one of the better ports from back in the day, but there was no music. A lot of people refer to this one as Quiet Doom. So game mode, single or multi. Area, we can't seem to change that. We are stuck with Area 1. And the difficulty. It's definitely laggy, but I would say probably playable if you really had to. The sound is probably the biggest issue with Atari Jaguar emulation so far. I'll rush to the end to see what the end of the level screen looks like. It is just plain white. It definitely runs slow and the sound is very, very choppy. If you are going to try and play this, I would recommend playing with the sound off. Next up, Rayman. probably one of the more popular ones that you might actually want to play. So far it seems nice and smooth. This seems to be running really well actually. The little intro cutscene is nice and smooth. So we're finally in the game, and it is a really nice looking game. It's not too slow. Apparently if you go too far left, it does exit the level. So again, it does seem to be running around half speed. Playable, but not perfect. The sound in this one is a little bit laggy as well. Next up, Tempest 2000. This is a really great arcade game. We'll just go with level 1. Does seem to be running pretty much perfectly. A little bit of lag when all of the particle effects come on screen. Otherwise, yeah, I would say highly playable. Unfortunately, the joystick doesn't mirror the D-pad in this emulator. You are stuck using the D-pad. The sound in this one isn't perfect either. Last up for Atari Jaguar, we've got Zool 2. I remember this one being a pretty big deal on DOS back in the day, and it does seem to be sponsored by Chupa Chups. I did not know that. There you go, Chupa Chups in the background. Pretty interesting. It's another platformer, and it does seem to run pretty much perfectly. Once again, the sound is pretty bad. It's all choppy and laggy, but otherwise the gameplay itself, yeah, nice and smooth. This one seems to be running at pretty close to full speed as well. There are some slowdowns, but otherwise pretty good. It's worth mentioning that you don't need to copy a BIOS over for Atari Jaguar Emulation. It does just work out the box. All you have to do is copy your games over to the Atari Jaguar folder. I will say that Atari Jaguar CD does not seem to be working at the moment. dArkOS doesn't seem to detect bin files as Jaguar CD files, and it does hide them. I have tried renaming them to J64 and ROM, which does make them show up, but when trying to run them, it does just go to a black screen. It doesn't crash out, it does just stay in the black screen. I was hoping that the emulator would read the contents and know how to handle the bin and queue files, ignoring the extension, but apparently that's not the case. This is as far as it gets, by the way. You just press start and select to go back to dArkOS. Now the update notes mentioned adding MT7601 wireless adapter support, and I just so happen to have that exact wireless adapter here. I'm not too sure if you can see it. It is written at the very bottom, right there, MT7601. I'll go and grab my USB-C adapter and we'll plug it in and see if it actually works. So I've plugged it in, as you can see here. There is a blue light on there, so that's a good sign. And we are getting some speaker interference in random intervals. That is a very good sign. Press start, go down to options, go all the way down to Wi-Fi. We'll go connect a new Wi-Fi connection and hope it does find our access point. So it did find it. I'll just enter my password. So I entered my password correctly, and it said it wasn't correct, and it's taken us back to this scanning Wi-Fi screen, but unfortunately it looks to have hung up here. Can I quit out? Cannot. I am 100% sure I did put the correct wireless password in. The entire system seems to have frozen. We'll reset and try again. So it's finished rebooting, we'll go back into options, down to Wi-Fi. We'll try again. Did find my access point again, that's good. I'll enter the password very slowly and triple check it before I click OK this time. So I'll put the password in once more, and it has failed again. It has locked up again. Just to make sure I'm not going crazy, I'll try a different wireless adapter that I do know works in dArkOS. So we've rebooted it once more with a non-working wireless adapter, or at least a non-working one for dArkOS. We'll go back into options, and we'll try once more just to make sure wireless isn't broken in this new build. So I found my access point, no worries. We'll enter the password, attempting to connect, and successful this time. So dArkOS Wi-Fi does work, it's just something wrong with this wireless adapter specifically. We'll exit out. I might see if I can hot swap them. So if I unplug that one, give it a second. Actually, I might go up to network info to see if we still have an IP. We shouldn't, obviously. Looks like it did not like that. Oh no, here we go. So we've got our loop back and no internet. So that's a good sign. We'll plug our MT7601 wireless adapter in. We do have speaker interference, so it's detected. We'll go to Wi-Fi. We're not connected. We'll go to activate existing. Oh, it has frozen up. It's completely locked up. It does not like my MT7601 wireless adapter. Yeah, it's fully frozen. How interesting. To be fair, on the patch notes, it does say MT7601U, and I just have MT7601, but the listing I got this from did mention it was an MT7601U. So this was from AliExpress. It was like $2 Australian, not very expensive. It is possible I was diddled, so I'm not 100% sure it is an issue with dArkOS. I have tested this wireless adapter with other devices and computers, and it does work, so it's not a fault with the wireless adapter itself. It could potentially be a driver issue. we might power this off, and since I do still have my initial dArkOS install SD card, so the initial build, we might pop that in and see if this wireless adapter works in that. If it doesn't work at all in the initial build, that is a good sign that it is just a driver issue in this new build. So as you can see here, we are back onto the very first build of dArkOS. We'll go down to Options, Wi-Fi. I will say there's no speaker interference whatsoever, although the power light is still on the wireless adapter itself. So it looks like it might not be working at all in this build. We'll see if it finds anything, and it hasn't found anything. That is very interesting. If you have one of these MT7601 wireless adapters yourself, please try it out in the latest build of dArkOS, and let me know if it locks up the system for you as well. It might actually just be an issue with dArkOS. I think just for completeness, we'll power this off once more, and then try this same MT7601 wireless adapter in ArkOS. So I've put my main ArkOS SD card in here, along with the MT7601 wireless adapter, powered it on. It did boot, but it has completely locked up before I even went to anything. We'll reset it once more. Something does seem to be a bit weird with this wireless adapter. Oh look, it's crashed. Very, very interesting. So it's loading now. I can hear the speaker interference from the wireless adapter. So the wireless adapter is sort of working. Frozen on NDS. Oh, here we go. It's a lot slower than it should be. If you're wondering, this is a high quality Samsung Evo microSD card. Not a cheap no-name one. It seems to have frozen up again. I might unplug this wireless adapter. We'll reboot it once more. And once we're in ArkOS, we might plug it back in. So we're back in ArkOS now. You can see we are using a slightly older build. 04/30/2025. So this isn't the latest release. This is the last version before the multi-panel update. So ArkOS is working perfectly now. We'll insert our wireless adapter. I can hear the speaker interference, and it just froze up then. Oh wait, we got one extra frame, and then it froze up. I don't recall having any issues with this wireless adapter in the past with ArkOS, but it is very, very strange that it does crash. So we're back with the latest build of dArkOS once again, and I just wanted to briefly say that the built-in video player does actually work. It was working on the initial build of dArkOS as well. You just need to manually create a folder called Movies inside the EasyROMs partition and place all your videos in there. When I first tested this, for some reason, I put all my videos in a folder called Videos. We'll open it up just to make sure it does actually play. This is a 1080p high bitrate copy of Big Buck Bunny, and it does seem to play perfectly. A little bit choppy when you're skipping, but you give it a second and it does go smooth. I did press the B button and it does seem to have crashed. Oh no, the video player crashed, but it didn't lock up dArkOS. Overall, it's definitely a great dArkOS update. The fixed Nintendo DS and PlayStation 1 emulator is great. You no longer have to mess around to get that working. But I think the real attraction with this new build is Atari Jaguar Emulation. It's still far from perfect, but it is way, way better than in ArkOS. All of these improvements did just come from the new emulator. Having said that, now that the emulator's been ported over to our architecture, it should be possible to get it running in ArkOS as well. I hope the thunderstorm sound in the background wasn't too annoying and you could still hear me. Once again, I do apologize for that. It has been here for a few hours. It didn't seem to be easing up at all. But I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.